The first thing I felt was a cold, sharp cutting, then the heavy seep of my own blood soaking into the earth. Slow, deliberate bootsteps approached. Her voice drifted through the darkness, soft but carrying a quiet malice. "Is it done? Is he gone for good?" My brother laughed, a sound full of smug triumph. Emptied the mag into him. "He's worm food now. Next, we take care of his kid." There was a pause before she answered, barely above a whisper. "Good. Tell everyone a bear got him. What a tragedy. They used to call me the Wolverine in Siberia. I don't die easy." When their steps faded, I rolled onto my side. Pain tore down my spine, but I forced myself up. My legs trembled, yet I stood. No road. No help. I had a plan. 30 miles north lay an old hunting cabin, swallowed by pine and snow. No power. No neighbors. Just enough supplies to vanish. I sealed my wounds with a fire, poker, and whiskey, the agony threatening to pull me under. It didn't. Nights became for healing, days for watching. Through my scope, from a mile away, I saw them. Her wearing my flannel shirts like she owned them, his truck in my driveway, heads bent together in the lamplight, laughing like the world belonged to them. Good. Let them believe they were safe. We hadn't been born enemies. He was my blood. I taught him how to shoot, track, survive the winters. He once looked at me like I could fix anything. And her, she had eyes that convinced a man he was the only one she saw. I believed it for years. But the signs were there. The way she lingered when he teased me. The hand that rested too long on his shoulder. I ignored it until one night in the barn. They weren't touching, but the air between them crackled. I could have ended it then. I didn't. Love blinds you. But hearing them talk about my son, that burned the blindness away. Step 1, vanish. No hospitals. No police. Let the bear stories settle into their bones. Step 2, money. I knew his passwords, his habits. Over weeks, I bled his accounts dry. Never enough to notice in a day, but enough to ruin him. Step 3, poison their world. Anonymous messages, grainy photos of them together, time-stamped before my death. Rumors spread like fire. Step 4, pressure. I mailed her a single silver bullet with my initials. No note, just a bullet. By week 3, he was drinking before noon. By week 4, she was disappearing for hours. One night, I slipped into my old home while they slept. I stood over them, listening to their breathing, and left without a trace, except the sound of the latch clicking shut. The next day, the shotgun was missing from its rack. Paranoia was setting in. They started fracturing. She accused him of losing control. He accused her of hiding things. Then the rail break came. A bank notice about a drained account. Accusations flew until dawn. The final strike wasn't a bullet. It was paperwork. Fraud charges. Illegal hunting permits. I'd been planting the evidence for weeks. The sheriff arrived mid-morning. My brother's face was a perfect storm of confusion and rage as they cuffed him. She didn't visit. She sold his truck 2 days later. But I wasn't done. I wanted her to taste the fear I'd swallowed. 2 months later, she found her work computer already on. A single file waited, a recording from that night in the ditch. Her voice, his laugh, their plan. By the time she looked up, the cops were walking toward her desk. The video hit the local news within hours. Her parents saw. Her friends saw. Her pastor saw. She lost her job by noon, her home by month's end. Still, I wanted them to see me. On the first snow of winter, I visited my brother in prison. He froze when I walked in. "They said you were dead," he whispered. I smiled. They were wrong. You should have aimed for the head. He never spoke again. Not to me, not to anyone. As for her, I waited until she walked home one night. When she saw me across the street, she froze. I didn't move, just stared long enough for her to understand I'd been watching. She ran. I never killed them. Death would have been mercy. My brother now writes letters no one reads. She hides her face every time she leaves that tiny apartment above the pawn shop. My son is with me. He doesn't know the full truth, yet. But one day, I'll tell him what wolves do when the pack turns on them. Survival isn't about strength. It's about patience. They thought they'd buried me. Instead, I became the storm that swallowed them whole. And storms don't die.